Doc Ock coming to you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central today, right here in Kent, Ohio, bringing you some of the best stories in the East, the West, the North, and the South. We're just here to try to express what it's all about. So, let's get it on with the getting on. Today, as always, we ask if you would, if you like what you see, give us a like. If you like what you hear, give us a thumbs up. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and subscribe below. There's a link. Hit that link. That's right. Or as some people like to say, hit that jive jack. I'm going down to space as fast as I can. I ain't got time to shake your hand. All right, so here we are. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's go ahead and do our proverb for today. Proverb for today is, he who upsets a thing should know how to rearrange it. And that's a proverb from Sierra Leone. He who upsets a thing should know how to rearrange it. And that's a proverb from Sierra Leone. There we go. All right. So let's go ahead and do our poem for today. I've been forgetting to do the poems, so I have to remember to do the poems. I have to really remind myself, don't forget to do a poem today. So this is a new poem I've just written. This one is for Dr. Crosby, for my dad. And I've written a number of poems for him, about him. But this one is the most recent writing since his passing. And it's called The Tallest Tree in Our Forest. He was the tallest tree, protecting us with his leaves. That's just who he be. Life was really rough, especially growing up through the sidewalk cracks of Huff. Tough like iron, he had to keep it real, like Republic steel. Life in the Depression gave rise to the expression, nothing beats a try but a fail. Try he did, fail he did, then he tried again. He learned to play the dozens, using words to slam others, including his own brothers. School was not his form. He could not stand the rules made by those educated fools. He hustled in the pool halls, rolling the dice. He took a chance on life. When he went to school, there were three things that he liked: typing, talking, and German. His English was real good, but it was Deutsch sprechen und lesen that he found so amazing. An early teacher was a priest who called him ein gottverdammtes Kind. One day he learned just what that meant. At home he spoke that jungle jive, but when in Kent he did arrive, it was an answer to a prophet's sigh. Down on Altweight he learned to fight with words that later helped him take flight. In school he learned the ways of whites were not so very different from his homies in the hood. He did the most good, tending sidewalk flowers amongst the ivory towers. He wove a cloth of people and wore it loud and proud, for there is strength within a crowd. Today we gather still under a tree he planted, finding shelter for all kinds. The father of Black History Month spread the gospel of Black pride very far and very wide. From EHE to Tuskegee, his message was the same: Black folks are here to win this game. Dr. Crosby helped us see Africa is here inside you and me. Now we know we're African, from the rooter to the tutor, from the stem to the stern. Today we say Auf Wiedersehen, see ya, peace out, tuta onana, until we meet again. All right, I think that one's about finished. I may have a few slight revisions in there, but I like where we're at right now. So, moving right along. into our story for the day with our theme of the month, Ethiopia. Okay, so we're reading more Ethiopian stories. In particular, we're still reading Revolt in Ethiopia. Revolt in Ethiopia, a black insurrection against Italian imperialism. Chapter 7 sees has our hero and our heroine trying to what's the word for it? Trying to navigate through the maze of entanglements that has been created by the Italian government and their Ethiopian lackeys, because they do have some lackeys. So let's see what they run into today, what puzzle they have to solve today. The next 2 days passed uneventfully. Ignoring Ras Resta Gusa's warning, Dick saw much of the princess. Each day they had breakfast, lunch, and dinner together. They swam together. They sat side by side in their steamer chairs and watched the smooth Mediterranean pass beneath. And the more Dick saw the princess, the more he thought of her. But even though Princess Etata made no effort to conceal her liking for Dick, she never permitted her friendship to get out of the realm of the platonic. I know exactly how you feel, she said on the deck of the 3rd day at sea as they strolled along the deck. And I like you a lot too, said Dick. I like you a lot too, Dick. But there's work to be done for Ethiopia. And until that work is finished, I cannot think of anything else. I suppose you think more of Ethiopia than anything in the world. Just check something right quick here. Yeah. I suppose you think more of Ethiopia than anything in the world. He watched her closely out of the corner of his eye and saw her perceptibly pale. Ethiopia must come first, she said quietly, composing herself. It is my country. It needs my help. I intend to help it as much as I possibly can. And if you fail, I shall not fail, she almost whispered with fierce earnestness, then added more softly, you must help me not to fail. They walked along in silence, he stealing glances at her brown profile, and she feeling a strange contentment. When they parted to dress for dinner, Dick went on to his cabin. The valet had already laid out his linen and dinner clothes and was sitting at the table playing solitaire. He rose as Dick entered. Hello, Bill. How goes it with the fair Dona Gabriele? I swear I don't know, Mr. Welland. I ain't been able to contact her since that first night. Very suspicious. Well, I guess she found out all she wanted to know, and then maybe she found you just a little sad, Bill. You know, you're not as young as you used to be. She ain't getting nothing off me. She tried to find out about you, and when I wouldn't tell her nothing, she made herself scarce. I reckon she's upstairs with that Spaniard. That reminds me, boss, I saw, Bill. You must watch your English, my lad. Well, I saw that same guy that came out of that Spaniard's cabin and went to that Ethiopian gal's cabin. I saw him going up to the wireless room today. He stayed there quite a long time. He must have been sending a book. When he came down, I figured I'd better see what he was going to do. So I followed him, and damn if he didn't go straight to the Spaniard's cabin. Yes. Well, did you see anything else? Dick inquired idly. Yeah, and this is what seems so funny. I walked around the other side of the Spaniard's cabin as soon as I knew he was out on deck and looked in the window, and I'll be dogged if all his stuff wasn't packed up like he was getting off the boat. But the boat doesn't dock at Alexandria until day after tomorrow. Yeah, that's what makes it so funny. It's almost as funny as you have me pack up your stuff. You must gonna get off this here boat and swim the rest of the way. No, we're gonna do better than that, Bill, said Dick, almost whispered in the valet's ear. You go down and get your things ready and bring them up here. Pardon me, boss, but what's the idea? Don't ask questions now, Bill. I think I got a plan to beat this syndicate. Bill shook his head, a puzzled expression on his face, which amused Dick greatly. After bathing and dressing, Dick went up to the top deck to the captain's cabin. The skipper looked at him curiously as he entered the cabin with his gleaming nautical instruments on display. Well, my foolish young man, he said, smiling, I have everything ready for you when you are ready. Good. That's what I came up to find out. A lot depends on this, Captain. I know where your sympathies lie, and I know you'll do everything in your power to help us. Yes, yes, my boy. We shall have everything ready at 9. Dick thanked Captain Dumont and turning on his heel, returned to the main deck where Princess Atati had promised to await him. He seated himself on the rail and puffed a cigarette. Suddenly conscious of some presence, he turned quickly, and there, grinning amiably, stood Ras Resta Gusa. The man startled and angered him with his perpetual hypocritical smile. How do you do, Mr. Welland? He greeted him, bending almost double. I see you are enjoying your trip. I'm doing all right, thanks. It strikes me, Mr. Welland, that you are doing a little better than all right. But you know, I'm sure that luck has a way of turning. So what? Oh, nothing, Mr. Welland. Nothing at all. I must only say that it is extremely dangerous to be too sure of oneself. Do you not think so? Then, too, Mr. Welland, it seems to me that you are entirely forgetting a little conversation the other evening and what I said on that auspicious occasion. I do not speak idly, my friend. What are you getting at, fella? Grated Dick, growing angrier. Nothing at all, Mr. Welland. Except that if I were you, I think I should not embark upon a certain adventure. That's all. Well, thank God you're not me, growled Dick. Now I wish you would excuse yourself. You get in my hair. Very well, Mr. Welland. I shall gladly retire. But remember that you will regret the step you are about to take. You will see me again, my friend, sooner than you think. With a sardonic smile and a mock bow, the Ethiopian Duke moved gracefully down the deck. Dick glared after him, a puzzled expression on his face. What did the man mean? What did he know? Princess Atata, in a clinging sea green silk evening gown that showed her magnificent figure to best advantage, came along then and brought him out of his speculations. Their eyes lit up as they greeted each other, and as they turned and made for the lift to take them down to the dining salon, he whispered, I wonder if Ras Gusa knows anything, he speculated. He seemed in good spirits, with apparently something up his sleeves. But I don't see how he could know. I've not even told Bill. Only the captain knows. It is strange, she agreed. I've told no one. He can't possibly know, though. Well, if he doesn't, he and his gang are in for a surprise. By the time they find out what's happened, we'll be in Ethiopia. It's a wonderful scheme, she said enthusiastically, as they stepped off the lift. It will solve all our troubles. Dick glanced at his wristwatch. It was exactly 7 o'clock. They dined leisurely, as if they were not about to embark upon the most hazardous adventure imaginable. Everything was as it had been for the 2 previous evenings, except for one thing. You've noticed it too, she whispered. Yes, neither Ras Gusa, Don Carlos Navarre, or the two men who dined with the Spaniard are here this evening. Maybe they're just not hungry. I wonder, she mused, toying with her fork. Ras Gusa never missed a meal in his life, unless he had to. At 8:30, they rose and sauntered out of the salon to the lift. Once on their deck, Dick hastened to his cabin and the princess to hers. He came out with 2 suitcases and Bill behind him, similarly laden down. They deposited them on the main deck, then hurried to Princess Atata's cabin to get her things. Dick noted with satisfaction that there was no moon. He, the princess, and Bill stood near the rail as the ladder was slowly lowered. 2 sailors ran down it with their 6 suitcases. From the distance, they heard the put-put-put of a marine motor. Bill was big-eyed with curiosity, wondering that he had to be working for a crazy man. At last, the launch pulled up alongside the ladder and slowed down to the speed of the steamer. The baggage was thrown aboard. The 3 passengers descended and willing hands helped them into the bobbing launch. Well, said Dick, as it sped away in the darkness, we've shaken that crowd for good. Or so they think. But is that the case, or isn't it? Well, we won't find out today. Maybe tomorrow. We shall see. Hopefully tomorrow won't bring us any sorrow, because we won't have to beg and we won't have to borrow, but we will find out what happens to Dick and the princess and his trusty valet on the morrow. Meanwhile, all you good people out there, you know what time it is. It's just afternoon on a Sunday. As you can see, I'm dressed in my Sunday best, ready to go and do a libation at a local garden. So if you're in the town of Kent, maybe you'd like to drop on by. We'll be out there from 3 o'clock to about 4, and then we're going to depart. Okay, it's just a short ceremony over there, but there'll be some music. I don't know if there'll be food, but there'll be music though. Okay, so if you can't eat food, you can eat music, and that's a good thing. In the meanwhile, go ahead and give us a like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe below. Just giving you the short version today. And I see Karen over there. How you doing today, Karen? Oh, thanks for giving me some commentary on the poem. I've been working on it for a couple weeks now. It'll be coming out in the magazine for the, what do they call it? Great Lakes Black Writers Association, I think is the name of the organization. They have a storyteller magazine, and the poem will be in the magazine. So look for the poem in the magazine. It should be coming out next month in April. And in the meanwhile, enjoy your day. And Doc Ock at noon and 9. We'll be black here tonight at 9. Look for us then, because we got more stories from Ethiopia. Peace out without a doubt, y'all.